What's up, everybody? I'm Brian from I1 Tesla, and I have my friend Joseph. He drove up here from Texas for me to wrap the car, or I should not say car. It's the Cybertruck. I don't know if you saw it back there. And I just wanted to stop and ask him a couple of questions about an owner with 3,600 miles on it already for 3 weeks now. Your thoughts on it? What you like and what you don't like about it, and you know, should you go get one? I think we know that answer. but what's your? So you drove 1,200 miles to get up here.
Yep.
How was that trip like?
Very comfortable, Brian. I have to tell you, I think it's the most comfortable Tesla that they make. It's smooth and quiet and just really kind of agile to drive. It's fun. That's
weird to say for a big truck, agile truck, but yeah, he's let me drive it a little bit, quite a bit, thank you. But now I definitely really want one. But yeah, it's a very comfortable ride.
Yes, it is. And so my car I've had for the last 5 years is a Model 3 Performance.
Okay.
So that's what I'm comparing everything to. And you know, the visibility is fantastic. The seats aren't as comfortable, I have to say that, as the Model 3, but they're not uncomfortable.
Okay.
And on the road trip, I didn't experience any fatigue or, you know, numb butt or anything driving. And the longer I sat in them, the more comfortable they became. But they're definitely not as cushy as the Model 3. If you were going to get an electric car, is this what you would get?
This is the one I would buy.
All right.
I would never buy another electric car other than this. I'm serious.
And you, no interest in electric cars?
No.
But how about this?
Yeah.
All right.
I watched all that when they came out with this vehicle on TV.
So how was the charging? A lot of people I saw online complaining, and the reason we sat here, there's people videotaping this car stopping all the time. Just off camera, you can't see them. But how was the charging as far as the range? A lot of people online were complaining that it didn't have the range and the charging times were so long.
Yeah, you know, surprisingly, because I watched all the same videos and I'm like, oh, you know, the charging time could take a long time and maybe I have to charge more often. And I think in general that's true compared to my Model 3 Performance, but I was normally, took me longer to be ready at the charger than the truck.
Okay.
You know, that was pretty consistent the whole trip. So it charged faster than the estimates by a couple of minutes, pretty consistently.
Well, that's good.
Yep. And on the version 2 superchargers, you can tell. Like, I had one charge session that was maybe as long as 40 minutes, which is pretty long.
It routed you to version 2?
It did. It routed me to version 2. Maybe there wasn't anything nearby. I don't know why. And I just follow the Tesla maps. I don't try to like pick my superchargers or anything like that. But at the version 3 chargers, I think my typical charge time was about 15 to 20 minutes.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, and then
that's about average.
Yeah, and then I would drive for, I think the shortest amount of time they plotted me between chargers was like an hour and a half, which was pretty short. But typically 2.5 hours between chargers, and then I'd get like a 20-minute charging session and send me on my way. That's
not bad. So the non-Tesla people that are listening to this, maybe you're thinking about a Cybertruck, that's about how it is on a long trip. So you have, you know, everyone knows 300-mile range, but you only do that when you first leave your house. You fully charge it or 95%, and then you have that 300 miles or whatever to drive. But each stop, you're only stopping for 15-20 minutes, enough to go to the restroom, get something to drink, and then maybe you wait an extra 5 minutes. So it's almost like a gas station.
Yeah.
But they're right off the highway. And yes, there is less of them than gas stations, but that's typically what it is. You drive for 2 hours, stop for 15. And it makes you less fatigued.
It does, and actually it makes a long road trip a lot more palatable for me, because I'm looking for my goal is only the next hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever. Yeah. And then you got another, and then...
Yeah, your P stops are planned.
Yeah, exactly.
And the car does it. The truck does it.
Yep.
So you know what to do.
Plots them all out. Very nice, yeah. That's working well. So some things I don't like, I want the features that they owe me.
Okay.
You know,
well,
FSD, autopilot, yes, and I'm completely fine with all of that. I knew before I bought it. But I'm missing those things. That'd be nice.
Autopilot for sure.
Yeah, it does have traffic-aware cruise control, which works okay.
People from Chipotle going up to the window.
And then I'd say the only thing that truck really probably needs to address is the rear camera.
Yeah.
It needs to be able to clean that because it will, you know, collect dust and stuff off the back of the truck, and then you can't see out the rear. So I've learned to keep a little towel with me, and every time I stop, I wipe all the cameras off.
Different.
What do you think of it?
It takes a while to get used to it because it's so different body style, but I could see, how does it haul? I mean, like, can you haul?
11,000 pounds, 2,500 in the bed, fully charged because it's all electric. You can go 300 miles. I mean, without anything. Towing is obviously going to affect just like anything. But yeah, it's a very, very capable truck. The suspension goes up to, you can go up to, what is this, 15 inch?
Yeah.
And it'll go even higher for off-road. It's two motors, so you have one in the front, one in the rear. You can get a triple motor and with even more horsepower, but what is this, 600?
This is 600 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4 seconds.
I heard it was,
And it's bulletproof.
Is it really?
It's stainless steel.
Oh, okay.
It's thick stainless steel, so the sides are bulletproof. The glass is more resistant to shattering.
Okay.
It's
the next big question.
Yes.
I know about price-wise, in a range of this and this.
This one, when they're more of them out there, it'll be 80,000. Equipped this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen you coming through, parked there, and I said, well, I'm gonna go get some meat, and I seen it. I said, shit, man, I gotta stop and ask this guy. Thank you for the info.
No problem. I don't even think he knew what a Cybertruck was.
Yeah, no. So I'm finding about a third of the people know everything about it and want to see it. About a third of the people know nothing about it, have never seen it, and then there's about a third of the people that don't even notice.
But we're in a bubble that we, just know all the Tesla stuff. But he had no clue whatsoever. And then when I said the towing rating and how much you can put in the bed, I don't know if you recorded by then, but his face was like, "What?
Yep.
That's electric? That's a toy? And it'll do that?"
Yeah, no, I think there's a real opportunity to educate a huge part of the population that knows nothing about EVs other than what mainstream media is telling them, a bunch of lies about them. And they get really excited when they see it and hear some specs and find out what it can do.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
How's the public around the car on the road? How's the interactions with that?
Well, when I first got it, it was fun because people would slow down and they'd want to take pictures and things like that, and that has never really dwindled. Okay. So now 3 weeks into driving it daily, it attracts kind of a crowd around it, even if I'm driving on the road, which most times it's not a big deal. You just wave and let them take pictures and videos and things. But on the highway, I noticed people will do dangerous things to get close to the truck, to get a picture or to give me a thumbs up or something like that. And I find that they'll block me into my lane and make me slow down in the slow lane, and then they take all their videos and pictures and stuff, and then they get out of the way so I can make a lane change. Oh my goodness. So I have to be really conscious of the traffic around me and just being patient, because where I'm normally driving a car, if I see somebody like speeding up to get up close to me soon, I get irritated by that because it could be dangerous or whatever. Yeah. But what I've learned in the Cybertruck is you just have to be patient, let them get their photos and things. They're really just trying to get a peek.
Yeah. So that'll die down probably in about a year. Yeah. When people see these all over the place.
But oftentimes they're seeing it for the first time in person, which is cool. Yeah. Because they get excited. I'd say, some people want to see it because I know everything about it. Some people never have seen it or heard of it, and they want to know what it is. I've been asked, did I build it? Which is pretty funny. And more than once by people. They don't know what it is. They don't know it's a Tesla. They don't know it's electric. So, yeah, all kinds of range of reactions. I think it's cool.
Could have got closer, but...
Yeah.
So people are respectful. I mean, he got out and took a picture and didn't get really close, touch it or anything like that, which is nice.
And I've had all different kinds of reactions that way too. I've had people that have come over to it, put their hands all over it. How do you open the door? Can I sit inside? Of course, I let people, I want people to be able to experience the truck because I didn't even get to touch one before I bought it.
None of us have.
Yeah, and they rope them off. You can't touch them. You can't sit in it. My wife was really concerned because she's like, well, what if it's not comfortable? And I said, well, you could probably refuse delivery. They can't force you to buy it if you don't want it. But when you see it in person and you get to experience it, I think over delivers.
Does it?
Yeah, I mean, just the ride quality and engineering is fantastic.
I gotta say, I'm impressed with it, and a lot of people know that I was a hater of the Cybertruck in the beginning.
Me too.
I thought it was too polarizing, but the front end, that shot right there is what's getting me. And now, thank you for letting me drive it. I'm falling in love with it. I definitely want it. It's way more than I thought it was gonna be. Car-like drive, but utility, and so it's function over the form, because the form isn't, it's very polarizing, but it actually just, it works.
And there's so much that's different about Cybertruck, even after driving an electric car for 5 years. There's so much different about it. It takes your mind a little while to absorb everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the windshield's different, the view's different, the steering is different. There's just a lot going on. So it takes a little while for it really to click, and then you're like, hey, this all together works really well.
Yeah, it's a really good vehicle. You're almost lost for words. There's not a, I don't even know what to say. You have to experience it, and hopefully they do test drives soon at Teslas, but they have to let you touch them first, or they have to get them, really.
Right.
This is an early VIN. There's not that many of them out there. In Charlotte, there's only 3 that have been delivered. Hopefully 4 Tesla soon. But you're getting a lot of good reactions from non-Tesla people that wouldn't even think to get a Tesla, but now this is drawing them towards it.
Yeah, I was very surprised by that too. Texas is about trucks.
Yeah.
And I thought there would be a lot more people that would scoff at it.
Mm-hmm.
But the truck drivers really like it. Ask a lot of questions about it. So I think Tesla's got a new market opening up for them with the vehicle. You can see somebody touch the Foundation series.
That was me.
Oh, was it?
Sorry. We're cleaning it today and we're wrapping it tomorrow. So
that's the other thing. If you're buying it for the Foundation series logo, don't bother, because you can't see them.
Yeah,
they're
can't
almost
see
impossible to see.
And once you wrap it, it's not embossed or anything. It's gone.
Yeah.
But you can just get that sticker. So later on, when you buy it, you can just buy the sticker from Tesla Bros. They sell one.
That's right.
Or Test Bros, I should say.
Test Bros. Yeah.
Well, thank you for bringing this vehicle to me to wrap, first of all, and let me experience this, and letting other people experience this, because that's kind of what you want to do with this. You want to bring more people into the Tesla community, because you're an early adopter on the Model 3 as well. 2018 Performance. So that's what we're all about, letting people notice them, letting people touch them, feel them, and do some ride-alongs. There will be some ride-alongs later, letting some people see them, and so stay tuned. And thanks again.
Well, thank you for wrapping the truck. It's going to be awesome.
And wait for that video too.